This program is part of the Infinite Potato Alliance. Visit us at infinitepotato.com.
I'm Jared Stern. I think people should listen because we're desperate for attention right now.
I'm also Jared Stern. This is what I like to call an exercise in benign narcissism. And you're
Flippity flap, flip blue.
Between Two Sterns.
Hey, welcome to the brand new Between Two Sterns studio. Look at us in someone's bedroom.
Yeah, it's us, and then all of Rachel's marathon medals behind your shoulder. Yeah,
This is now the 15th new place you've lived since we've done this podcast.
it is. And to commemorate this new place, we're going to invite another Jared Stern in, a blast from the past.
Welcome to the show. Welcome back to the show, dancer Jared Stern. There he is.
Hi.
Hey.
Jared.
It's been so long. How have you been?
I've been great. How have you guys been?
What the listeners who are listening do not know is that dancer Jared Stern and the two of us have just our minds are racked, our nerves are racked. We just went through a very harrowing but fun experience. It was both harrowing and fun, right? I think we
Yes.
enjoyed ourselves
As all good
slightly.
things are.
Also, I don't think any of us signed NDAs. So as people are trying to figure out what the harrowing and fun experience was, we should probably just tell them what we did.
Yeah, the casting agent didn't say we can't talk about it, so guess what? We're going to talk about it.
So, funny story. It turns out we were asked not to talk about the audition. Found it in the email after we recorded this episode. So, you're going to hear some beeps, some censor beeps throughout this episode, blocking out what we weren't supposed to talk about. And sometime in the future, maybe we will play this so that you can hear what we were actually talking about. But now I'll kick it back to those naive gentlemen who are about to produce a lot of content that is completely unusable.
So, dancer Jared Stern will be hopefully joining us as we compete on game show. We just had our casting call with the game show people. So now
And this is a real thing. Like
Yeah.
it's for it's a network thing.
it's a thing that we hope is happening.
It is not me messing with this Jared. It's not me getting my friend from California to pretend to be a casting agent and then getting Dancer involved because I felt really bad about not messing with Jared in South African. I didn't get Tarun to come up and like pitch. This is not an elaborate April Fool's joke that's going to get pushed from the March. It's not. This again. I'm saying this is not what's happening.
Okay, great.
Oh, that's too bad. That would
I
have been
know, right?
So, dancer Jared, where are you right now?
I'm home in New York City,
Oh, you
thankfully,
made it
after
back. Okay, because I know you
travel
said you were-
delays.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I got back at 1 a.m. yesterday,
oh,
or
so
today.
just to kind of frame this for everybody who's listening, the apocalypse recently happened,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
several inches of snow and then several inches of ice fell on top of that, and so we are now broadcasting live from the frozen tundra, and
I was a little disappointed in it. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, originally it was like it's gonna be like 2 feet of snow, and now once we're down to inches, I'm like, what am I like?
well, you are speaking from the privilege of someone who lives in an apartment
Yeah,
complex
and
where other people do the shoveling.
oh, I'm aware.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm aware.
This old man had to break up giant chunks of essentially concrete to try and clear off my steps, the sidewalk in front of the house, and try to clear out the cars in the back. And
Oh, Dancer Jared, you're in New York, right?
Yes,
Are you in a walk-up?
my building has an elevator.
So I was explaining this to Rachel the other day about because we just moved into the new apartment. And as we were doing this, she was like, "Oh, could you imagine how awful this would be if the apartment wasn't like right off of the elevator?" I was like, "Let me tell you about my time living in New York, where it was like the way apartment prices were, it went expensive for the first 2 or 3 floors. Then somehow it
Yeah.
got less expensive for like floors like 4 through 8.
Yeah, I can't
And
imagine
then
why.
9 and above all of a sudden started getting cheap
They're
again.
paying you to live there. Yeah.
Because I think the top, I think I did was a 7 floor walk up. I had to move an entire
Oh my
apartment
God.
in and out of it. And people don't understand that like having an elevator is that much of a luxury in an
It's a
apartment.
life change. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you have how do you have an apartment without an elevator?
Because the buildings were made like 200 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
They can't just put together some elaborate pulley system to get people up in a bucket or something. I mean
Well, to be fair, I'm up in Washington Heights, and most of
Oh.
the elevators in the buildings we have up there are not automatic doors. So you still have to, even if you're moving furniture or taking up groceries in your little shopping cart, you still kind of have to coordinate opening a physical door to the elevator, which most people don't realize. So
Jared,
It's-
where in
it's tough.
Washington Heights are you?
I'm up on 170th Street.
I used to live on 171st.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Broadway or Fort Washington?
What's that?
Broadway or Fort Washington?
Fort Washington. There is an incredible deli up there that I still stand by as one of the best delis I've ever been to, which is Tasty Deli. Check it out. One of the best delis you'll ever go to. The guys there are
I'll
fantastic.
have to go.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know you were up in the Heights. I like the Heights when I lived up there.
So I'm very curious. It has been a while since we've gotten a chance to talk to you. We've been corresponding mainly via frantic emails to try to make sure
Yes.
this thing was
Yes.
going to be able to happen. But how are things in your world? What is going on in the world of dance that we should know about?
Good. It's a crazy time to be an artist right now.
Yeah.
It's, every day is an interesting journey. But I will say I'm very lucky to have, the jobs I have, to have the contracts that I have. But it's a very crazy time of year for me. This is like the height of teaching, judging, and performing. So I am just all over the place trying to coordinate my schedules between all of the different contracts that I have. So this week, for example, I was just in Florida this weekend. Luckily, I was able to get back 14 hours later than I was supposed to.
Goodness.
I was in New York today for rehearsals. We leave for tour for this week. And then we have a performance in a different city over the weekend. So in a span of 10 days, I'm in, 3 different cities for 3 different things. And
That's amazing. First of all, that's awesome.
it's incredible. It's incredible, but it's crazy.
So you were saying one of the things you do is judging?
I knew you were gonna, as soon as you said it, you're
I'm very-
Yeah, I don't know
Storyline.
if that's something I did the last time I spoke to you
No,
guys.
this
Yeah,
is
I
new.
started, I think this is my 4th season now of judging dance competitions,
Cool.
which, I grew up as a competition dancer. So
Yeah,
sure.
it's very much a full circle thing for me, which is very cool. But
Do you
yeah, I
find
judged
it-
for 2.
Do you find it difficult to be critical of the dancers being obviously being a professional dancer yourself?
So every judge kind of has a different goal when they go out for a show or a city, whatever. I personally, because I used my training as a competition dancer to launch my career in the professional modern concert dance world, so I very much use my time as a judge, the critiques that I give the dancers that come on stage, I very much view it as if I'm mentoring them, as if that was a younger me on stage. What would I say to them that information they would need to become a professional dancer? I know not every judge feels that way. Some people are really more rooted in competition dance is this circle. I will stay in this circle and I will say what it is about that. But that's when it gets a little harsher because you are truly just being critical about what is presented before you. I really try to take in what I see, analyze it, and give a dancer feedback as what I wish I would have heard from a judge when I was growing up, so information that I could use to take with me in the future. So yeah, it is definitely interesting to be criticizing people for 15 hours, 3 days in a row. But, I sleep at night by telling myself it's helping them.
You're making them better dancers. That's what you're
Yes.
I
That's my
criticize myself looking in the mirror at least for an hour every night. So I feel like I've built up a tolerance to it at this point.
There
You'd be
is
a
a
great
level.
dancer.
I feel like there's a level of self-deprecation that all Jared Stern
True.
share,
Yeah.
and so we're also self-critical that it's nice to be able to turn that outward constructively.
Yeah.
Well, Jared, Thanks for coming on. It's good catching up with you. It's good seeing you.
And I
Yeah.
really, really hope we get a chance to do
We
this.
do too. It would be
'Cause-
so much fun.
It's going to be so goddamn cool if it can work. And yeah, we're so close.
But here's the thing. If we don't get on, I think it's about time that we start meeting Jared Stearns in person. So we should come up to New York and you should put us through a dance class. This is what I've determined.
That would be fantastic. Anytime. You let me know.
Definitely. I'm excited for this, and this is the look Jared has when he's super excited about DMV.
But here's the thing. I'm also trying to keep my it's both. I'm trying to be like, this is definitely going to happen, and this mirror may not. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be crushed if it doesn't
If
happen.
it doesn't happen, we'll do our own game show.
Sure.
Okay.
That will
Well,
be seen by as many
every-
people as NBC.
Jared's dance troupe, come on. They'll compete. And tell me who's going to show up more. Teams of 3 or a bunch of hot dancers from New York all competing against each other in games.
There
I
you go.
would argue that ours is superior.
Well, here's hoping we hear from hear from them soon, and we can. What I most want out of this is our first international episode of Between Two Stars.
Yeah.
That's what I want,
Yes.
because this
That'd
is
be very cool.
if this happens, this films in Europe. We don't know where, but that's where we're going. We're going somewhere. We're going to throw a dart onto Europe and hope Russia's not invading at the time.
And when we do,
Great.
we will tell everyone we are Canadian. And that is important. Jared, great seeing you. Thanks again.
Yeah.
Get
Great
some
to talk
rest.
to you guys.
Good
Yeah.
earned rest. Thanks, Jared.
Good catching up.
Bye.
Ah,
Yeah, I seriously, I'm so
yeah.
I'm so happy that this is progressing. Like, this started off as just a thing, like
Something's happening.
when Tarun messaged me and said, "Hey, I think you'd be a good fit for this," and then this ended up becoming about the Jared Stearns, the theme, as
Something's happening.
something's happening, and I'm glad it's happening, and it's nice to have something good happening. So by the way, so speaking of being in remote locations,
Yeah.
do you know how close I was to doing this audition from a shitty hotel in Snowshoe, West Virginia?
Oh, in West Virginia? In Shosnu?
In Snowshoe, West Virginia.
That's
Yes.
the one.
Yeah. I had a gig at Snowshoe Ski Resort
Oh,
over the weekend, and I drove down on Friday when weather was clear,
yeah. It was.
and the forecast that was coming up was that the snow was coming Saturday night into Sunday, and then once Sunday hit, it was going to be sleet and freezing rain.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
I was on a mountain, and so
A ski resort.
a ski resort,
Known
yes.
for that kind of weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did not want to have to try to drive home in snow and ice.
Mhm.
So I made the responsible decision to drive home after my show ended at 11 p.m. on Saturday,
Yeah.
and it had already started snowing.
Mm-hmm.
So typically, Snowshoe, West Virginia, about a 4-hour drive from DC.
How long?
7 hours. I got home at 6 o'clock in the morning, and in my car, and I don't know if your car does this, but if you get distracted, like if you got it on cruise control and you're on a long drive or whatever, and maybe you're not paying attention to the road as much as you could, the car will put a little alert on the dashboard. It says maybe you should consider taking a break.
Oh, yeah. Time for a break.
Yeah,
to
time for a
rest.
break. Guess who didn't get that alert once during this sojourn? Because my eyes were on the road the entire time.
Wait. I just want to make sure we're both saying the same thing.
What's that?
My car alerts me when I need to take a break based off of the amount of time I've been driving. It's not like scanning my face,
No,
taking vitals.
it somehow knows where your attention is. And if you are seem distracted, or maybe you don't have both hands on the wheel or something like that, it'll say, you know what? Maybe it's time for you to pull over and take a break. I've definitely gotten that warning on other long comedy drives.
Right, but what I'm saying is I think it's just the amount of time you've been driving without
No, because I didn't get that alert at all during this drive.
how
Because,
fast were you going?
well, not at speed. I'll tell you that
So I
much.
think maybe it's like I I
Who
don't know.
knows?
I don't know.
All I know is
I just want to make it really clear. Your car is not Kit from Knight Rider.
no, I'm aware of that. Yes,
I know, Jared. I've noticed your eyes are a little bit.
because otherwise I would have used the turbo boost. But or maybe use this. Maybe did Kit have skis? Because maybe it would have been better. I drove through whiteout conditions, and getting down from the top of snowshoe involved those hairpin mountain turns on like a 9% grade.
Yep.
And yeah, it was harrowing to say the least. And then once we got onto flatter roads, visibility was nothing. It was like I could see maybe 20 feet in front of the car. I had my brights on, and I was using the navigation map to see where the road was supposed to bend
Yeah.
so that I could anticipate the road bending in front of me.
How early into your departure did you realize that you had made a mistake?
I didn't make, no, that's the thing. I didn't make a mistake. I realized I knew I could do this. And I knew it was going to take a while, but I knew that this was the smart decision because otherwise I would still be in snowshoe because I would be stuck. I don't know if you've seen the roads outside.
Yeah, no, I got you.
But
Yeah.
the roads, like especially like in and around my neighborhood, so we were digging out our backyard where we park our cars, and Andrea has a brand new Ford Bronco with goat mode and off-road and all of those capabilities. And as we were shoveling out the backyard, I'm like, well, listen, I'm going to have to get over to Jared for the podcast at some point on Tuesday. Let's take the Bronco out and see what we can see. It got stuck 5 feet out of the garage,
Yeah.
and it took a half an hour to an hour to dig out and get back in.
Jesus.
I've seen Ram Super Duties. I have seen all manner of trucks. I have seen mail trucks, UPS trucks, anything that might have weight to it and the tires to be able to get through this just get stuck and spin in this stuff.
So-
because of it's thick ice on top of powder, and so it collapses in, and then the tires start spinning on themselves.
So here's my question. When I said that you made a poor decision, I meant going to the show and like how many people were at the show?
We had great numbers. It's a ski resort. People aren't going to cancel because there's snow.
So,
They were all excited about the snow. We had great shows. We had like 50 people the first night and like 70 people the second. It was a really good turnout aside from the drunk dullards who decided to show up. A couple
Yeah.
people had to get kicked out, but for the most part, people had a good time. I had a great time. Sold some books. But yeah, so the whiteout conditions were, I was white knuckling it the whole way through. Every once in a while I get stuck behind a snowplow, which I thought was great, cool. I at least knew that the road in front of me
yeah, you could draft behind
was
them.
clear.
Yeah.
But I was going 20 miles an hour. Like I wasn't necessarily driving at speed anyway. But so do you suffer from the same thing I do? I mean, I'm sure you do.
Probably.
I'm gonna be specific.
5 years I've
Yeah.
picked just about everything off on that
Do you
list.
suffer from pareidolia?
What is pareidolia?
Okay, well then you don't suffer from it.
I don't know. Maybe pareidolia is the not knowing of what things are.
It is when you see faces in things. When you see like the headlights on a car and like the mouth on the grate, your brain puts faces in objects where they are not there.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
I mean, they're not talking to me.
I'm not saying they're talking to you, but
I
you
don't-
see faces in
It's
things.
that if I see two things in a thing that looks like a nose, I see faces.
Okay, cool. Well, that's
I'll give you a good example. My shower curtain in my bathroom has a face in it. I see
Okay.
it's got a face, it's got hair, it's got like a but it's all plants. Like it's just plants and foliage and whatnot.
okay.
So
Well, here's what I'm going to describe to you right now. So
Okay.
I'm stuck behind stuck behind the snowplow, and the configuration of the lights on the back of the snowplow, plus like where like the little spot where the sand gets spouted out looked like a little bit like a mouth, and the lights looked a little bit like eyes. And the way it was kicking up all of the clouds, the wispy clouds
Yeah.
of snow around it. Have you seen the movie Time Bandits?
no.
Man. All right. Well, I'm going to make a reference for all the nerds in the among the listeners who are listening. who have seen Time Bandits. When the Supreme Being is ordering them to bring the map back, and he's just this giant head with like smoke around it, return what you have stolen from me. It was like if Optimus Prime was cast in Time Bandits to play the Supreme Being, that's what was staring back at me while I was stuck behind these snowplows. And no, I was not hallucinating at the time. And no, I was not sleep deprived at the time.
Well, you were sleep deprived at the time.
Yeah, but yeah, so I got stuck behind a couple of snowplows, and once I got to the DC area, like on these were all mountain roads, but once I got to like highways, like 66,
Yeah.
66 had barely been touched. But apparently 66 is where it was the staging area that Virginia was using for all of the snowplows and all of the construction equipment that was going to be used to tell people to change lanes,
Yeah.
or to just to like disperse snowplows to different places. Like they go off on their exits and go where they need to plow. However, there's just like a fleet of them, like a pod of snowplows
Yeah.
on the road, and they weren't letting people pass.
No.
Like they were taking up all the lanes. And so now part of the reason why I decided to drive home when I did was I was like, well, no one's going to be on the road. I won't have to compete for space on the road. But there were a couple other intrepid folks who had the same idea that I did. And we would get stuck behind this like just phalanx of snowplows. And it was so goddamn annoying. It's like, I just want to go home.
Yeah.
Get out of my way and let me go home. And at a certain, so you've been on 66. They have like they have the easy pass lanes. They have like the toll lanes, and then they have the regular schmuck lanes. So the snowplows were in the schmuck lanes.
Yep.
So once we got exits for a toll lane, all of us beat feet around to there. Now that had not been touched at all. Pure powder. We might as well have just skied through it. And we just pushed the gas and went. And obviously we weren't going at speed, but at least there wasn't anything in front of us. And yeah, by the time I had to keep reminding myself, because much like in life, I tend to get comfortable. And when I get comfortable, I get lazy. When I get comfortable, I get cocky. And so every once in a while, the road would bend too much, or found myself going a little too fast. And I was like, oh God, oh, hey, back off. Don't get cocky. Just let's get home.
What's your stay awake method?
I chew gum, and I also listen to loud music.
Okay.
Yeah. I find that if you have a drink, or if you're chewing something, that the act of chewing helps keep you awake and alert.
What's your temperature range? You keep it cold to stay awake? You keep it warm?
No. I like to keep it comfortable. I had a seat warmer on.
Okay.
I wanted to make sure it was cold outside. I don't think I was truly prepared for how cold it was going to be on the mountain.
Was there any dozing? Did you
No.
coffee at all? Did you caffeine?
No. I had a bottle of water with me, but trust me, I was awake. I was very alert during all this. I collapsed when I got home, but I was very much.
Got in at 6 a.m.?
6 a.m.
What time did you sleep till?
I think I woke up at noon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Luckily it was Sunday, so I had the whole day
Yeah.
to just kind of recalibrate.
I was going to say, because you're working from home, right?
Yeah, well, we don't have any choice to work from home because we were completely socked
Have
in.
you recalibrated yet, or is your whole thing off? Because you
No.
essentially just went like 24 hours, give or take. Although,
No, I mean, so what helped put me back to sleep on Sunday night was the fact that we had to shovel and clear stuff
Mhm.
off and and there was the freezing rain, and we had to get the dog out and stuff like that.
the dog.
The dog, yeah.
These are the days where I love having a cat.
Yep, because we still got to walk Winnie. And Winnie is like, what the fuck have you done? What have you done to the world outside? I did not ask for this.
That's what Chloe's like.
Where am I going to find a place to poop? All of my smells are gone.
Chloe has no desire to go outside.
All of my smells are socked in. I mean, and as now, since the entire neighborhood, basically the entire neighborhood has a dog. So, you'll get to see all of the different yellow spots on all of the snow. And so new smells have emerged for her to take part in. But yeah, man,
That's terrifying.
I don't want to, that wasn't the worst driving conditions I've ever had, because I did drive to Erie, Pennsylvania in a blizzard. but this was close. This was very close to one of the worst driving experiences or driving conditions I've had.
What would have been the thing that would have needed to happen for you to cancel the show, going to the show?
I mean,
Let's say the conditions hit a day earlier. Let's say it was the whiteout conditions on Friday night going into Saturday.
then I probably would have said I couldn't get there.
Have you ever canceled a show?
Yes. Yes.
One?
No, I mean, not to get grim, but I canceled a bunch of shows after my dad died.
You know,
Sorry.
sometimes I just feel like you're finding a way to work it.
Sorry.
Boy, no, that makes sense. I get that.
But no, I'm a professional. If I
Right, no, I know.
if I book a date, it's booked,
Mhm.
and come hell or high water, I'm gonna make it. I'll make it to the gig now, unless like if I like came down with COVID or something like that, then obviously that would cancel a gig, or if the weather conspired against us, much like this, and ended up being on the way home. Then yeah, I mean, I've had shows canceled because of things. I've never canceled the show.
Correct.
There was a show that we had that was up against a Ravens playoff game, and the promoter was like, "Hey, listen, we're just not going to do this because we can't, because the show was in Baltimore and no one was going to come."
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like Ravens home game or comedy show in a bar. I think we're gonna go with the Ravens home game. So yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah. So adventures in comedy and adventures in almost dying. So I do apologize if anything bad has happened to you recently that I may have drained.
Me? Things are great.
Things are great.
Things are great.
Things are going great. But if anything had, I think I might have used the well of good Jared Stern juju to get home.
Yeah.
Like I think I maxed out that credit card.
Yeah, it's just been one thing after another for me recently. Funny thing happened. We just moved into the new place, and we have a 65-inch TV that we were going to wall mount,
Oh,
but
I noticed the TV's not wall mounted.
it's not wall mounted. So in order to wall mount, you drill into studs.
Sure.
I have a stud finder.
Hey,
And-
right here.
And just like me putting it on myself, it's apparently defective on walls also. So it found a stud, but here's the great part about it. The stud is so far away from the drywall, I can't get to it. The screw is too short.
Oh no.
So I was like, I have a great idea. So I get toggle bolts, which I've used before on drywall. I do handy stuff. Toggle bolts go in, mount on drywall. Great. But the toggle bolts are just slightly smaller than the screw I was screwing into them. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
So anyway, I was like, here's just simple physics. Instead of using the 4 that they want me to use, I'll diversify the weight variance and do 8. Beautiful.
It's a great idea.
So I do them all. I measure them. Screw. Doing great.
How soon did the TV fall off the wall?
So I heard this pinging sound as we were going. And I
Pinging as in like the failure of
like a paper clip falling on a hardwood floor.
okay.
And I realized that that was the bolt part of the back falling out because the screws were too large. It was undoing what the toggle bolt was supposed to do.
Oy vey.
So we get it up on the wall, fine. I pull on it, fine. Extend it out. Rachel and I lift it, put it on. I get one piece on, mount it up, screw it on.
Sure.
Fine. I'm on the other side, the final part, the end game. But we had to pull the TV far out so I could get around to it.
Uh-huh.
And as I'm about to do that, I'm about to screwdrivers in my pocket and doing that. Rachel sees it first. She was like, the way she describes it is like, you ever see one of those movies where like the glass starts to crack?
Oh no.
Or like the ice starts to
Uh-huh,
crack
sure,
and you
sure.
start to feel that. And she, before she could even go, well, it just, now here's the best part. It comes out of the wall a little bit. And when I say a little bit, I mean the top row of 8 falls out of the wall.
Oh my God.
But the bottom row of 8 doesn't. But part of the TV is attached to the wall mount.
Uh-huh.
And I catch this thing, right? I'm holding this.
That's not nothing
I'm
either.
holding this TV up. Rachel's got one of the other ends, and I'm like balancing it, but it's partially attached to the wall, and we don't want to rip it out of the wall. And this is where I excel. I swear to God, like
Under pressure.
whenever things go wrong, this eerie calm comes over me, and just in a very uncomfortably neutral voice, I'm like, Rachel, here's what I need you to do.
Mhm.
I have the TV. I need you to let go of the TV, reach into my right pocket, and unscrew the TV on your side from the wall mount. She was like, okay, you got. I was like, I've got it. Unscrew the TV, and so she unscrews the TV.
I need you to pick up the phone and dial 911.
She unscrews her side. I was like, now, once you unscrew that, I'm going to lift this off on my own. You're going to take the wall, put it down, then come grab the other side of the TV. And I'm sitting there and shaking. And she does all that. We put it in, we look, and there are 8 equally perfect size holes. Thankfully, we didn't rip part of the drywall out.
Yeah.
I'll show you this after I'm done. We put it down. And when I say that we just started cracking up laughing after, like, what are you doing?
You got to
Al?
relieve the stress.
Oh my gosh, it was so funny. So as you can see, we decided not to wall mount this.
Oh, it looks great on the stand.
Yeah, and you can't even see the holes behind.
I certainly didn't notice it.
That's the great thing about the way the apartment's angled. You
But
can't see.
there goes the security deposit. That's nice.
I have a whole patch of it, fill up those holes with. But yeah.
Okay. Well,
But other than that, things are great.
things
Things are great for both of us.
couldn't be better. And
Every-
you'll never know the wiser. You'll never be the wiser. Look, see this, see this face of contentment right here? See this? Yeah.
But here's to hoping that we get you some more updates about the future of Jared Stern. And if not, Jared and I are going to go take a dance class in New York. Sure. With dancer Jared Stern. And then accountant Jared Stern is going to do
Well,
our
tax season's coming in.
taxes, Jared Stern. And then private investigator Jared Stern. I'm going to commit a crime.
See how fast he can crack
Jared
it.
Stern can find out that it turns out he was the one who committed the crime the whole time.
You got to pin it on him, sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, and now
Yeah, we'll get a better camera next. This one does this like autofocus.
but welcome back to Between Two Sterns, and we will hopefully
Catch you on the flippity flip.
flippity flap flip blue. What the fuck are we even doing?
I'm gonna put that in the intro.
What?
Hey, everybody. Thanks for sticking your ears between two sterns.
Please leave us a 5-star review, even if it's a sarcastic one.
Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Have an idea for the show, or are you also Jared Stern?
Shoot us an email. You can find links to everything at jaredstern.com.